Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Sony a5000, which I personally think is actually the best vlogging camera for YouTube, considering its price and considering how well it does. Now you guys might be asking yourselves, alright, so what's the quality like? Well, you're looking at it. I'm filming this from the Sony a5000. Now the cool thing I will mention right off the bat is it does have a little screen that flips up 180 degrees, so you actually know what you're recording. The battery life is great, it looks great, the sound quality is great, it's very small and compact. It almost outperforms regular huge mid-sized DSLRs. The price is fantastic. It's even a lot cheaper right now, so if you want something for Christmas, you know where to go. Now what I've personally found out really great about this camera is its low light recording capabilities, which you will see later on. So this entire shot that you will see will probably be recorded roughly 100 ISO or 150 ISO or 125. I have to really check it out first before I do it. But for as low light as this next upcoming scene is, this camera handled it surprisingly very well, so that's good. Now another thing, since this has optical steady shot on it, I still wouldn't really recommend doing anything that involves a lot of moving with this camera, because just because it has optical steady shot doesn't mean it records in 60 frames a second. So your shots will look a little bit, they won't look as smooth at 60 frames a second, so let's put it that way. But if you're using this camera as a selfie, as long as you have something in frame like 100% of the time and you do a lot of moving, it won't look that shaky because you're looking at the person in frame, you're not really looking at the background, you know? So it all really depends on how you're gonna be using this camera. But I'll show you guys a few shots of what exactly it can do and what sort of lighting it can do. So enjoy. For the first test, I'm just gonna be walking through my living room. This is very low light, okay? So don't let this discourage you thinking this is a bad camera. This is extremely low light. The only light that's coming is there, which seems like it's a lot, but it's really not a lot at all. I mean, this is really dim. And as you can see, the autofocus, even in low light, is incredibly well. Look how quick it transfers from the fence in the backyard to the door. I mean, this camera is, for the price, it's insane, honestly. See, if I point the camera right in the middle of the viewfinder, the window, it focuses there. But if I move it to the side, it focuses on the door. And it does it like super quick. So that's pretty great. The next test will be outside. And as you can see, the quality completely changes and now it looks amazing. I'm gonna see how well it focuses on the, I can barely see right now because it's very sunny and this does not have a viewfinder, it has a screen. So that's the only downside. But I think that looks pretty good, I can't tell. But yeah, here's my baby girl. I'm about to go to Chick-fil-A. Shout out to Jan for giving me the great idea. So another great addition to this camera, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it. If not, here you go. It's the selfie camera. So what I mean by that is you can see what you're recording because there's a little screen on top of the camera right there. So that's the cool thing about it. So I can actually see what I have in frame and what I don't have in frame, so I don't have to keep guessing. So this is how well it's dealing with sound. So if you guys hear any sounds, you know, coming from the outside or anywhere, you guys will know how that sounds like when driving a car, in case you guys are going to be vlogging in a car. Yeah, this thing has dual speakers, so there's going to be stereo sound quality coming, which is amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and try to zoom in. And as you can see, the more you zoom in, the shakes go away. So it's not as shaky as before. Next up, I want to talk about the battery life. At first, I was really worried what the battery life is going to be because as most DSLRs, you can't really, the battery life is really not that great no matter what you do. And you always have to, you know, lug around spare batteries and whatnot. But for this, I've been taking pictures like here and there and videos here and there for the past 3 days. And the battery's at 56%. So, wow, like I'm actually really shocked that this does so well. So I actually said no to Chick-fil-A and went to Panera, so Whoops, I am so hungry right now. I have work in 1 hour and I might be late, and by that I mean I will be late. So I finally made it back in one piece, and this is what selfie mode looks like when you're actually vlogging outside where the sunlight, well actually it kind of got caught in a cloud right now, but you guys kind of get the idea of how it will look like whenever you're vlogging. Like I said, if you want the best performance, use it outside. You can pretty much use it up until dusk and it'll still look fantastic. So as you guys have just seen, this camera is very capable of pretty much any time of day, any lighting. I will say though that the outside scene that you guys just saw when I was doing the selfie, it was a little too bright because I had my ISO set up a little higher because I was in the car, and my car has tinted windows, and that was really messing around with the 100 ISO, so I had to boost it up a little bit. But you can either correct that, you know, post-production, or you can just set the ISO a little higher. It also depends what you like. Some people like it to be the way I did it. Some people like to be a little darker. It all depends. But this camera is very, very, very capable of doing what you want it to do. The best result will always be on manual mode. Automatic works perfect, but when you get to manual mode, you really start to discover what even the cheapest camera can do. So yeah, I hope this review kind of helped you out. If you want me to do a little more in-depth review, let me know, and I'll be sure to do that. Thanks.